to my channel. Today we are going to be making a folder for my mini traveler's notebook. If you guys remember, I created this little traveler's notebook and it's so cute. I created it to match my little Planner Society handbag, and then I told you that the last item that I wanted to do was create a little folder for it. So let me show you guys. I did end up adding the flowers. So there's a flower right here. Look at how pretty that looks. And then I also ended up, I started using it already. I started decorating it. Here's my page marker. Look at how cute that looks. I love it. I used the same stickers that came in the kit. I also ended up adding the divider tab. So for this one I put like projects, and then I just put it at the end of the book. I added, so over here, if you guys remember, I had a little like just the yellow rhinestone, so I ended up taking it off and I put a brown flower, and I thought that gave it like the perfect touch. I felt like it just had too much bling and I needed something else that stood out, so I ended up adding that there. And then here's my little pen loop. It looks so cute. Here's my other tab. This one says notes, and then I think I started decorating it. Yep. And then here we have, I love this one so much. And then here's the last one. So I just left this one blank because I didn't know what I wanted to put in here yet. And then I did end up putting Ellie in gold letters, and I thought that was super cute, so I love it. I think it turned out really nice and I'm really excited. And I'm gonna go ahead and create like a little folder just so that I can have a little extra storage space in it, and I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope you guys keep on watching. I know I've been a little MIA, but life is just extremely busy and I feel like I keep apologizing to you guys. So life has been crazy busy and I'm trying to find a way to keep up with it. But let's go ahead and start. Here I have my scoreboard, all of my crazy tools, and then whenever I decide to do like some kind of pocket folder, I never know what kind of folder I want to do, so I kind of just go with the flow. Right now I kind of have a little idea of what I want my folder to look like, but we'll see. I mean, sometimes it turns out that way, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this sheet right here, and then as far as decor, we'll kind of just do that at the end. But I really don't have a method as to how I do my folders, how I do my dividers or anything like that. I kind of just, again, I go with the flow. And then as far as measurements go, I just kind of go based off of my TN cover that I create, and then I just kind of take it from there. If I mess up, I mess up and I start all over again. If I don't like how it looks, then again I start all over again, and that's just kind of how I do it. But we're gonna go ahead and start. So the one thing that I do need to do is it has to be the same size. So I always take out one of my little dashboards and I use that as my template. And so I want my rainbows facing the correct direction, so I'm just going to use this one just to give it a different paper, because if you guys remember, I try to use a lot of the same paper so that I can have extra in case I wanted to create any other like fun little stuff with it. So then the one thing I do is I measure. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this right here. And because it has these little scalloped edges, I'm going to have to move it up a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to have to mark my line. Again, it might not be perfect, but that's just kind of how it is. So then what I do is I'm going to have to cut right here. But I'm just going to cut a little over. Just like that. We'll put that to the side because that's going to be scrap. And then now I have to measure the height. So the height's okay because there's nothing on the top covering it up. So let me just make sure. I think it's going to be slightly shorter, but I'm cool with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and line that up. And then we're gonna go ahead and slightly cut over just because I made my mark there. That'll be scrap. And now I can go ahead and cut my lines that I measured. So there's one right there and there's another one right there. Toss that in the trash. And then now I can turn this over. It's a small planner, so it's definitely going to be a small folder, but it's still fun to create. And then another thing that I always like contemplate is, do I want to laminate? Do I want to just leave it as is? You know, what do I want to do with it? So for this one, I decided not to laminate, so I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. So now I'm just going to go ahead and fold to make sure that it's going to fit into my planner. That looks so tiny. It feels smaller, but we'll check on it right now. Alright, perfect. Okay, so now let's see what that looks like. That's totally fine with me, because if I want to add an edger, I can totally do that too. So that works. So then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make pockets for it. Another thing that I try to decide is, do I want to round it? Do I want to leave it as is? So it all depends what kind of folder you're doing, but mine is going to be very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same scrap that I had, and I'm going to use it as my little template. Let's see. So I have, it's going to be approximately a little over 2.5. So I'm just going to do it at 2.5. And then I'm going to cut that too right there. So that's at the 5, so that makes it 2.5, 2.5. And then I have to move it up to 2.5 right here. Don't worry, it'll be even. So now I'm gonna cut down the line. I'm just gonna do 2 little pockets rounded, and that'll be good for me. So now I just wanna make sure they're the same width. No, they're not. No problem though. You can make them the same width. I kind of just try to have fun, you know, when I'm doing this stuff, because I don't want to stress about it, like, on how perfect it needs to be. The one thing I do try to do sometimes is remember the measurements in case there's something that really needs measurements, so that I can, you know, share it with you guys. But for the most part, I try to have fun with it, and I just try to be as creative as I can be, and this is what I like to do. I kind of just like to experiment and just kind of see how it goes and where it takes me. In the end, it's usually a cute result. So, alright, so now that we have that, now I have to determine the height. So, let's see. I think I do want it a nice height. So I think I'm going to do it 3 inches. It's going to be a little tall, but I'm okay with that. So this is where it'll become even. Because if you remember the top, I just kind of cut, however. I've been working on, I had 3 orders, and I've been working on them. I finally finished them. I have to film my videos, take my pictures. Oh, those orders definitely kept me busy, but I can't wait for you guys to see them. I'm so in love with each order. And so I gotta film those videos before I send them to the post office, take my pictures. So Debbie, Heather, and Anna, if you're watching, they're on its way pretty soon. I'm gonna take it. life is so busy right now. Okay. So now this is where I gotta make sure that everything's nice and even. My pockets are the way they need to be. If I need to cut anything, this is where I cut, because I need to make sure everything is perfect. Alright, so that looks good to me. So now the next thing that I have to do, where did it go? Is this it? Did I cut the wrong one? Oh, did I cut the wrong one? Oh my gosh, I think I cut the wrong one. Did I? I did cut the wrong one. Oh, jeez. I think I did cut the wrong one. I cut the one that was supposed to be my actual folder. Oh my gosh. I can't think. I can't think. Let me see what this is. This might actually work. That's fine. This one will work for me. Oh my gosh. My head is in all kinds of places. Okay. There we go. Let's put this away so that I don't get mixed up. Now let's try that again. I don't know where it went. You guys probably see it. I don't see it anywhere. Okay. So now we gotta make sure. Okay. I think that's how I want them. Alright, perfect. So then what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take this candlestick holder and I'm going to go ahead and just mark a circle right here. Actually, I think I might end up needing something bigger. I'm just going to take this and then I'm gonna do that. So then this is where I'm gonna have to cut it nice and slow. If you want that like half a moon circle, just take anything that's round. I used my little trash can and just cut along the line really slowly. And you're gonna do the same thing to the other one as well so that they both match. Perfect. See, so then when I put in my pocket, it's gonna look like this, right? It's gonna look rounded. And so now I have to do the same thing to this, but I'm gonna do it the opposite. I'm gonna do it like this. At this point, I can trace it. You just have to make sure you put it in the right way, because otherwise you're gonna cut it backwards. So hopefully, in my case, that's not the case. So again, we're just gonna cut very slowly. And this would be really easy to laminate. I just don't want to laminate because I feel like when you laminate a folder, I don't know, it gets bulky, and I really don't need it laminated because I know eventually I'm not gonna stick to this planner. I'm probably end up gonna changing it. So there we have it. So you have one pocket that's gonna face that way, and then the other one that's gonna be like that, right? Isn't that cute? The paper, it kind of blends in together, but it's okay. So now I'm just gonna take my scraps. I have to make sure I'm not cutting the wrong one. And then we're gonna do our connecting edges. So I'm gonna need one. I think I'm gonna need like 4. 2, 3, and one more. And this method, I've always used it this way. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen me do this a lot. This is pretty much how I connect all of my folders. So then I just kind of fold this in half, just like that. As best you can. Take your bone folder and then just flatten it out. And don't worry about the length, because we're going to eventually cut some of this off. This is a good way to use your scraps too. Just use it, make a bunch of folders and just connect them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Perfect. Sorry if you guys hear the fan. It has been so hot the last few days. Extremely hot. Like, we have the air conditioner and it's still really hot. Feels like humid and muggy and sticky. Not fun. Alright, so now that we have all of our 4 connectors, we're going to go ahead and start connecting. So one is going to go on the end and the other one is going to go on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do this. There we go. So now I can do the same thing to the other one. This is the easiest way to get stuff done. Perfect. So now we have to measure this one out. And now we do the same thing to the other one. And I always end up taking out a little extra, just so that nothing is showing on the ends. Okay, now we can start connecting everything. I have my glue, I have my pockets, I have my paper. Open these up, and I think we're good to go. Alright, so then you're just gonna go ahead and add adhesive. Start with one pocket at a time. I'm gonna put it right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Just this one right here. If you want to wait to cut the top off, you can do that too, so that you can make it completely even. But so then what I do is I open this flap and then I pop it in here to secure it even more. And there we go. Right? And then you just kind of want to press down. So then you're going to put this flap over it, and then we're going to go ahead and add one more adhesive so that both of these are connected. Right? And then you have your little pocket, so we're going to go ahead and pop it on here. Always start with the edge and work your way down. Perfect. Oh, I love that. Alright, so you can always do a one pocket and then put sticky notes on this side too. That's another fun idea. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to this side. Connect. Just like that. Do the same thing to the other one. I always like to layer up. The more glue, the better. Always make sure the edges have the glue because that's where the paper will start. That's eventually where the paper will start opening up, is on the edge. So always make sure that the edge has more glue. I cut that one the opposite. It's okay. I'll fix it right now. Press down. There we go. And then, see, I just gotta fix that. All right, so now we can connect our last pocket. Perfect. Oh my gosh, that looks so cute. We're almost done. That looks awesome. And then you have a little pocket folder with 2 pockets. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so now the fun part. I didn't even need my scoreboard, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it to the side. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add some washi tape. I should have pulled out my gold washi tape. Give me 1 sec. You know what? I'm actually going to do this one. I think this one matches really nice. It's like a bronze glitter, but I am going to add adhesive to it because it's not that sticky. There we go. And this gives it kind of like a little border, which is really cute. Cut that, toss that. Perfect. Right? That looks really cute. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to add my adhesive. You can add whatever to it. If you want to add pom-pom trim, if you want to add ribbon, you can do that too. If you want to add washi tape like I am, you can do that too. If you want to add a thinner washi tape, that would also work out nicely. I'm just doing a thick one because this is a pretty color and it matches really nicely. So that's what that looks like. Now we're going to go ahead and see if there's anything that I can do to add decoration on. Like I could do the little rainbow. Let's see. I don't want to do anything too thick. I could put this up here. Just like that. Or I don't even have to add anything if I don't want to. I can put the flower pot in the middle, which I think I might do. I wish I had a doily. Maybe I can add a sticker. I think I'm gonna add a sticker. I'm gonna put it right here. I don't know how straight that is, but there we go. That looks good. I like that. And then another thing you could do is you can decorate this too if you want to line this up with something. But here we have my super cute little folder. I love it so much. It's so pretty. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my bow edgers so that I can give it a little more a prettier look to it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. Just like that. There we go. That looks good. Alright, and there we have it, you guys, my tiny cute little folder. Now we're gonna go ahead and pop it into my elastic, that extra one that I had. Here it is. There we go. So we're just gonna pop it in here, and then I can add whatever little tiny things I want to add to it. I can add paper or whatnot, but just to do a quick flip through. So here we have notebook number 1, number 2, my folder, isn't that cute? My page marker, and my last dashboard. Oh, which goes in here. And then my sticky notes. And there you have it, you guys. That is my little 2-pocket folder for my mini traveler's notebook. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments down below for me. I would be happy to answer them for you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. As far as the way I'm uploading my videos, I know it's a little off balance, and then I haven't really been on Instagram. I really haven't been on Instagram, and it's just, again, life is really busy right now for me, and I need to find balance. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.